Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news, so Ravens fans, hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you might just be one of the biggest rumors we've seen this season, and it's got the potential to shake up the entire AFC North. It's all about Bradley Chubb, the edge rusher currently with the Miami Dolphins, and the possibility that he could be headed to Baltimore. Now I know it may sound like just another trade rumor, but the details emerging from NFL insiders like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini suggest that this isn't just idle chatter. This is a serious, high-stakes move that could redefine the Ravens' defensive identity and bolster their chances of making yet another deep playoff run. Right now, the Dolphins are reportedly open to moving Chubb after a disappointing season so far, with Miami sitting at 4-7 and struggling to stop opponents from racking up yards and points. The buzz is that Miami is willing to send Chubb to Baltimore in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft, plus a third-rounder, and that they would also free up around $16 million in cap space to help rebuild their offensive line. That's a significant package, especially considering how impactful Chubb has been in the NFL. For those of you who follow the league closely, you know that Chubb is a game-changer on the edge. His burst off the line, explosive first step, and relentless pursuit make him a nightmare for offensive tackles. And when you consider how he could complement Baltimore's existing pass rush, it's easy to see why this rumor has gained so much traction. Chubb, affectionately nicknamed Chubbzilla by fans, is known for his explosive burst and ability to make plays in critical moments. Since entering the league in 2018, drafted 5th overall, he's accumulated a career total of 350 tackles and 65 sacks. His PFF grade overall hovers around the high 80s, which shows just how consistent he's been at disrupting offenses. This season, prior to injuring his knee in Week 7, Chubb had registered 28 tackles, 4-5 sacks in just 8 games, along with 32 pressures and 9 QB hits. His injury kept him out for a few games, but even in limited action, it's clear he's still an elite pass rusher. Now, why would the Ravens be interested? Well, first, let's talk about their current situation. Baltimore's defense has been solid, but they've lacked that consistent, game-changing edge presence. Players like Odefoe and David Ajabo have flashes, but durability and production have been inconsistent. Adding Chubb would bring that extra firepower, that relentless pressure that can turn games around. Imagine the Ravens, front 7 with Chubb paired with the likes of Calais Campbell and a healthy Odefoe. It's a recipe for a defense that can dominate both the run and the pass, especially in the postseason. And speaking of the stats, Chubb's presence would boost Baltimore's pressure rate by over 20%, projecting roughly 10 sacks per season, which would be a massive boost for a team that's already shown flashes of a dominant defense. His ability to generate interior pressure and collapse the pocket would also complement the Ravens' run defense, which has struggled at times, especially early in the season, allowing 130 rushing yards per game. With Chubb, they could see that number drop, and his presence could help the front 7 become truly elite. Plus, his versatility means he can line up on both sides and help in coverage when needed, making him a well-rounded addition. Now, let's not forget the dynamic that this could create in the playoffs. A healthy Chubb could be the X-factor that elevates Baltimore to another Super Bowl appearance. His pressure rate combined with the Ravens' already stout secondary, led by Marcus Williams and Marlon Humphrey, would make it tough for opposing quarterbacks. And let's be real, when we think about playoff matchups, the ability to generate consistent pressure is often what separates contenders from pretenders. Adding a player like Chubb could be the difference maker in tight games, especially against high-powered offenses like the Chiefs or Bills. But of course, it's not just about what Chubb can do on the field. The Ravens are in a position where they're looking to capitalize on their current window, especially with Lamar Jackson performing at an MVP level when healthy. The team has shown resilience, bouncing back from a rough 1-3 start to get to 5-5, and making a splash like this could be that extra push needed for a deep playoff run. The defense, already solid, would become downright terrifying with Chubb rushing the passer and disrupting plays. It's a move that signals the Ravens are not just contenders, they're all in for another shot at the Lombardi. On the other side, the Dolphins' perspective is interesting too. They're in rebuild mode, trying to gather draft capital and young talent to set themselves up for the future. Moving Chubb for a first-round pick and a third makes sense for Miami's long-term plans, especially since their defense has been allowing 24.5 points per game, which isn't quite good enough for a team with playoff ambitions. They've also been prioritizing youth after trading away players like Christian Wilkins and others to reset their roster. While losing Chubb hurts their pass rush, they're banking on the draft picks and cap space to rebuild their secondary and offensive line, focusing on a complete overhaul. For the Ravens, though, this isn't just a rental. If the deal goes through, Chubb would be a cornerstone for years to come. His youth, just 27 years old, and his proven production make him an ideal fit for Baltimore's defensive scheme. The team would likely look to extend him long-term if the trade comes to fruition, making him a key piece along with the likes of Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. It's all about building that formidable front seven that can impose their will on both the run and pass, setting the tone for the entire defense. Looking ahead, if this move materializes, it could also influence other teams' strategies around the league. The AFC North, already one of the most competitive divisions, would become even more intense. The Ravens would be taking a significant step forward, reasserting their dominance and putting pressure on rivals like the Bengals and Steelers. The division has often been about strong defenses and physical play, and adding a player like Chubb would only heighten that identity. Now, I know some fans might be wondering about the risks involved. Trading away future picks always carries some uncertainty, and Chubb's injury history, including that knee injury in Week 7, is something to keep an eye on. But at this point in the season, when the Ravens are fighting for playoff positioning, the potential reward outweighs the risk. The team's front office has shown they're willing to make bold moves before, and this one fits that mold. If they can get Chubb healthy and integrate him quickly, Baltimore's defense could become the league's most feared unit, and their Super Bowl aspirations could become even more realistic. In conclusion, this rumored trade between the Dolphins and Ravens for Bradley Chubb is more than just a rumor. It's a statement, a declaration that Baltimore is serious about competing at the highest level and making a real push for another Super Bowl appearance. Chubb's addition would transform their pass rush, improve their run defense, and give them that extra edge needed in the postseason. This could be the kind of move that defines a season and cements Baltimore's status as a true contender. Fans, buckle up, because if this happens, we're about to witness a game-changer. The Ravens are not just playing for wins, they're playing for championships, and Chubb could be the missing piece that takes them all the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Do you believe this move will happen? Are you excited about the potential impact Chubb could have on our defense and playoff hopes? Remember, this is a team built on resilience, passion, and the drive to win that Lombardi trophy. And I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come. Let's go Ravens.